Nowadays, when we think about women empowerment, gender equality, we think we have come a long way. But do we need a reality check? With this, I'm taking your attention towards a book release named Gender and the Indian City, edited by Madhavi Desai, which talks about revisioning design and planning, which emphasize on the need of the society to address issues of gender sensitivity in design and urban planning, considering the fact that the policymakers need to make real changes to see the real upliftment of women in the Indian society. So to talk more in context to the book, we will directly take you to the one-on-one interaction with the editor and also the Akshara Foundation, which works for the upliftment and empowerment of the women.
When we talk about, especially about the political will and seeing the women empowerment, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao and other schemes are also there. So ma'am, considering every fact, what is lagging so that these kind of researchers are making us shock?
So there are several issues to your question. One is, of course, let's start at the family level. We are still a very patriarchal society, and as I said, women are not a homogeneous group. So from the rural to the very urban and different castes and communities. So in many of the families, they still prefer the son and the woman is a girl child is not. So it starts from there. And it kind of goes up to, the educational institutions, etc. The first of all, we need to accept the situation that a lot of effort needs to be done. Instead of that, what happens is we use Indira Gandhi as an example of how well our country has done, or we use the women pilots, but these are the privileged few or the hardworking few. This is not the mainstream. So we need to accept what is happening and work towards it in all fields, not just architecture and planning and all.
When a woman moves out of her house, the family defines the life of a woman. That's how the demand increases. We're talking about the hostels and all that. That's how the architecture structure is defined. So what is your take on that?
So we believe that yes, it's a family that's also demanding protection, and that's why the protection is given. But we need to challenge, we are saying that the woman is not herself capable. That's what we are saying to her. You need protection because you're not capable of taking care of. How are we going to build and how are we going to create our girls to be capable? Can she take care of herself? Can she look after herself? Can she fight for what it takes to be there? If at all there is something that happens, can she face the society? Can you as a family face the society? So family's protection is coming because they are worried about themselves. So we are saying that finally we are not giving agency to the woman. We are not strengthening her. We are saying कि तुम पढ़ो करो सब करो पर घर में आके बाकी फिर शादी करके आप जो करना है वो करो. So we are just still within that framework only creating space for women.
Is there a need to change the mindset of the society? Because when we see from the architectural point of view, the demand is there outside. When the demand is there, the infrastructure will be created accordingly. Yes. So what is lagging? Is there the mindset?
Absolutely. I think the mindset in a patriarchal society completely needs to change. And we need to share more of these empowerment stories, problem stories. We need to bring it to the fore. We don't need statistics of how many toilets were built and how many betis were bachawed, whatever. We need to go into the micro level of understanding women's daily experiences and how it is affecting our society, changing it in negative and positive way.
We have seen the women empowerment and talked about everywhere in newspapers, of course, with the government policies, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and still the things have been lagging. As you said, there is a need of political will. With this lot of research we have done with the book, so why so the things are coming out like this?
So what we believe is that it's important that our constitution is saying gender equality is a must. People are saying that yes, we are ready for it. But the gap between what is there in paper and what is the reality is so huge that there is a lot of steps have to be taken, and for that we need the political will.
The platforms which we give and we put the analysis, as you said yourself, that the analysis are not enough. We have to create a will among. So what are the suggestions if we need to implement it like from next month? What can be done?
We need the data. We need to understand how many women are affected by what. From my study, I can tell you that the low income women do not have a cycle also. So they end up walking around and they do housework in that area. So it is, in a sense, limiting their access to economic upgradation.
You don't think that there is a need to break the mindsets, because this is something beyond when she's open out in the world, so there is something need to break the mindset at the root level so that these things are changed?
I'm co-director of Akshara, and we believe very strongly that we have to have conversation with parents, and we also have to have conversation with young men, because today they're going to start family, they're going to have relationship. Are they giving that freedom? So when we are talking about gender equality, are they really providing that platform or not? We see that a boyfriend is very interested in a girl, but as soon as they become in relationship, फिर वो बोलता है आपने sleeveless क्यों पहना है, फिर ये कहाँ जाते हो, किसके साथ बात. So we are saying that we all operate from this framework of, yes, we believe in gender equality, but थोड़ा limit में रखो. We are saying that men and women both are part of this discussion and this mindset. So how can we have a joint conversation?
The atmosphere is changing. We have got lots and lots of manifestos made when we talk about the political structure. So what you are expecting? Of course, this is a research. After this research, where you want this research to go so that it reach out to the authorities in a right way?
A lot of work, what we have done is not research. We've actually shown that some policy change can happen. We are saying that a GR should be, a government regulation should be passed, that no city can plan without giving a gender lens to it. Why can't that be done? And that's why we've written so much about Bombay experience, because if Bombay can do it, so can other cities.